Since I came back, and I grew up here in the Twin Cities, and then I left for almost 30 years, and then I came back here, and I realized that here you've got this great concentration of people, whether it's in ag, they were at General Mills, or they were at some Hormel, or they were executives at great companies in the food space, or in healthcare, they were at United Healthcare or Medtronic, or pick any number of companies. And they leave and they start their own company, and they are recruiting people that worked at these massive healthcare players. But then they see someone who was either at McKinsey or Goldman Sachs or Bain on the East Coast who saw a lot of white space. They've got no connection, particularly no domain expertise to that particular issue they're solving, but they saw white space. And guess what? They were able, because they're in New York or on the East Coast in the Sella Corridor somewhere, able to get themselves on CNBC or on Bloomberg and talk about this. And suddenly they're raising tons of venture capital while the guy or the girl who's here in the Twin Cities who actually knows this stuff struggles to get any seed financing.
Well, that's a different part of storytelling, right? You're actually taking credibility and then storytelling, right? I think is what you're describing. To be clear, having a pro or having some of these people that come out of Fortune, 100 companies, that's not a bad thing if they know what they're doing and if they can tell a story. I do think there's something to, regardless of status and experience, if there's not something tied back to your core that you can tell a story about. Again, the data is going to show you a set of, it's going to be the proof, the stories, the conviction. I know that there are examples of companies that make it with just the first and not the latter. Boy, almost all of them have the latter. So I take your point, and they likely know how to sell. They hire a marketing agency, right? A PR firm to do it for them.